A 5-4 overtime win for the Warriors over the Regina Pats. Welcome back to the Brandt Center in Regina. James Gallo with our Mad Greek Coaches Show with Associate Coach Scott King. Scott, tell me how you read this game at ice level, and you can correct me on this. It seemed as though, a pretty good first period for the most part for the Warriors, playing with some speed and having some attack. And the second, a bit of a lull. And then the third period, when you guys found your legs, it seemed as though that's when you started to create pressure and have a consistent presence. Did you find it the same way?
Yeah, I thought the first period was pretty good. Like you said, the second period, for whatever reason, just looked like we were on our heels and we looked slow. For whatever reason, I'm not sure. But then in the third, it was like things just flipped around. We had a whole bunch of zone time. We were using our legs, and a couple of times we created power plays by doing that. And so one of those nights where, yeah, a little bit up and down, but I thought there was more up than down. So, I probably about 15 minutes where kind of got real sloppy. But other than that, I thought it was a pretty solid game.
When you talk about positives, how about the line of Pavel McKenzie, Cash Andreessen, and Landon McFadden? They combined for 6 points. That's McFadden and McKenzie. Andreessen, good plays as well. But they kind of set a tone in that third period, or in the first period, then again in the third period of play.
Yeah, uh, there was a time in the second period where they just things weren't going well for them, and so they actually got split up there a little bit and missed a few shifts. And I think the message was given and the message was received going into the third period that needed a little bit more from them, and they came through in the third period. So sometimes whether it's you pull a guy off a shift, or maybe a guy misses a shift on the power play where he normally is. Sometimes those moments can snap guys to attention, and so I think that that might have been the case here. But when the game was, in the balance there, they came through. So obviously, an important win for us, and it doesn't get any easier from here.
You mentioned in game almost challenging the guys, from the second period on to be better. That line, is it nice that they took that challenge in a positive way?
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of go away two ways. You can pout and hang your head, or you can basically try and stick it up the coaches, you know what. So that's what good players do. Good players respond, and so that's what they did. So I mean, sometimes as a coach, you only have so many bullets in your chamber, and on one of those bullets is just ice time. So and it definitely gets the players' attention. So sometimes you have to do it. I mean, you don't want to do it all the time, but I think cases like this, you can see they came out, responded in the third period, played a really good period, were really dangerous in the offensive zone, creating chances, and had some really good looks. And then there at the end, obviously, to tie it up in the power play, and then to get that nice play by Ziprick there in the overtime winner, finding Fads in the backside there.
I know, again, you work with the defense and you talk about getting ice time. I want to ask you again about Colin Williams. Are you finding that this young man, is just starting to build more and more confidence? He made some pretty good plays with the puck, and he just seems to play calm on the back end.
Yeah, by far the most improved player this year, and I mean that by a good distance. He's really come a long way. I think the first of all with him is he's very coachable. He listens, and when he hears something, he doesn't just go in one ear out the other. Like he wants the feedback, and he wants to put it into action. And you can see that there's still lots of room for improvement as far as the pace that he can play at, but you can see his decision making, his poise with the puck on that. Can't remember if it's the first or second goal. He grabs it, flies around the net. You can just see he's a heads up player. He's really bright. He understands the game. He understands where the puck needs to go next. And like I said, he's been just a really big, pleasant surprise for us. And he's going to have a very bright future in this league.
Always room for improvement as you guys work towards the weekend against the home of home against Medicine Hat. Decisions with the puck. Is that one of the things to address with the guys? You think about the second period, a lot of turnovers on kind of the extra pass or not sure on where to put that puck. Is that one of the adjustments you'd like to see against the Tigers?
For sure. And I mean, it's a different animal. Like Medicine Hat's one of the best offensive slash transition teams in the league. So if you don't manage it, it's going to come back the other way, and it's going to come back the other way in a hurry. So need to be really diligent in that area, making sure that we're on the right side of people and we're getting pucks in behind people. And we can't shorten the ice against Medicine Hat because they're probably one of the best offensive teams in the league.
Scott, 2025 was a long year for the Moose Jaw Warriors after 2024 being so great. Is it nice to turn the calendar to 2026?
Yeah, I think it's nice to end off on a good note here. To build a little bit of something before head out on the road trip. I mean, it's always tough when you get out on the road, but in saying that, it's also a good opportunity for guys to play in new buildings and different teams. And so it is nice to finish the year off on a winning note. But it's like I said, it's not going to get any easier. So we'll get through tomorrow, and then the weekend is going to be obviously playing a really good team, and then after that, head off on the road.
Mad Greek Coaches Show with Associate Coach Scott King. Scott, we appreciate the time. Happy New Year to you and your family. Enjoy your celebrations tonight, and good luck coming up on the weekend.
Thanks, James. Appreciate it. Same to you.